Hey everyone, welcome back. And I am here to do another reading for you. And this time I want to do a reading into Donald Trump and where his energy is going. Now, the previous week, from Monday to Friday, he's had a pretty eventful week. He has been in Vietnam, and he has been speaking to the North Korean leader. I can't say his name. I don't want to wreck it. I could try, but I'm not going to. And those talks did not succeed. More than likely, he was probably really distracted by what was going on in the States with Michael Cohen testifying and releasing a bunch of his personal information, personal financial records that has been already seized, and we learned a lot of information, including that there are some investigations that are going on by the Southern District of New York that we do not know about, that Michael Cohen has alluded to, and he brought documents and he brought names. So I am pretty sure that Congress is definitely going to look into those things because he has opened up a can of worms. So what I want to do is I want to do a reading. I want to see where his energy is going. Where is Trump going? What is all of this going to affect him? Now I'm going to tell you, when I read on Trump, it's a very weird thing for me because every time I go into him, it's he somehow gets it in his head that he's winning. And it always trips me up when he's like, and how does he feel? He's winning. And you're like, what? And so that type of stuff goes on when I read him. So I try to stay outside of his personal energy and try to look at the events that are surrounding him and how it affects him. That way I can get a more steady interpretation, because if I go into his energy, then usually I get convoluted and conflicted and twisted. Which I'm sure is kind of what he's feeling at the moment. So let us take a look into it. Let us move into it as quickly as we can, because I'm sure we have other stuff to go into. All right, my hand is healing. It has healed up very well, but it's pretty red. So I'm keeping my glove on for a little bit longer just so that you don't have to look at it. But I appreciate all your thoughts and all your well wishes. Thank you so much for it. My hand is healing up. It's healing up nicely. I don't think there'll be any scarring. It'll look pretty good when the redness finally goes away and it doesn't look like I got burned by an iron. But at least all the blistering and all that stuff is gone. All right, so let's move into Donald Trump. How is this week? How is the energy affecting him? His energy, where is he going forward? I need the general overall energy surrounding him. All right. It could be that he feels like he's victorious again. It really could. He's definitely a different personality. He's not, he just doesn't, the energy is never the same for him. Like with normal people. He's definitely not normal. When I say not normal, that's not always a bad thing. But in Trump's case, it's definitely a confusing thing. All right, his energy. Let us go. Let us figure out what's going on. Okay. Let's see what we got. Completion. I got this before with the Congress. All right. So, how is he feeling with the completion? All right, I'm thinking. How is he thinking with completion? What is complete on him? Does he feel like it's his doom? Does he feel like that it's the end? It's the end of everything? Oh, okay. He could feel like it's the end of everything, right? I mean, it's now his stuff that he's been trying to hide is now out in the open. He could be feeling this completion in terms of going, it's over, it's done with. He's revealing my stuff. And then now that whether he knew about it or not, there's more information because, this is an end of one cycle, beginning of another cycle. So I am wondering not if that is the situation that's going. Now, I don't know if that's how he's feeling, but that's the energy that is existing around him. It is the end of one cycle and a beginning of a new cycle, right? So he will be so now that things are revealed, I almost think that this is almost like now Trump has lost control of the message. Now the message is no longer in his control. It is in, he doesn't have the control. Somebody else has the control, okay? So we're done. We're through a cycle with him. The energy for him is one cycle is completed, a new cycle has begun. Okay, so now I'm getting it. Wait, I almost had a brain fart there. Okay, so now we're looking at this completion cycle, okay? So let's see what's the challenge that crosses it. Temperance. All right. So we have this cycle that is completed, right? And this cycle is now completed, and now we're into a new phase now. It is done. We're now officially in a new cycle. But the challenges all to that is going to be temperance. It's to temper. And Trump will have to learn, he's going to probably be having a bunch of people talking to him, telling him to temper himself. Now, I don't think he has, because I just by chance, because I don't have Twitter, okay? So I don't use it, but I once in a while go on to see what Trump is saying or anybody else. And I remember when I went on to it, I just saw a huge line of him just literally repetitious, rapid firing of tweets, of these angry tweets. So I don't know if he's tempered. Doesn't look like it. But the thing is that the situation calls for temperance, because now there's a new cycle. There's going to be a lot of desperation happening, and there's going to have to be a lot of, now that new information is going, there's being an excitement to jump the gun. So, like for the Democrats, they're now going, we have evidence now, we have new information to go on, we have new information to move forward. So therefore, they cannot jump the gun. They're going to have to continue moving forward. But the situation for Trump is called for temperance, okay? So in the past, we have him standing his ground, okay? And the standing your ground, this is the Seven of Wands. He's standing his ground. He is hanging on to his wands. He is standing there defending his position. He's defending his lies, okay? He's defending his belief in what he believes is true. Now, is that actually true? He's been proven many times to be demonstratively false, what he says, but in his mind, it is true. Therefore, he stands his ground, okay? Does he know he's lying? I think so, but the thing is he's always been, he goes, just hold your line and things will be, and people will eventually just go away and leave him alone. So he continuously holds this pattern. He continuously defends himself. It doesn't look like it's going to cease, but this is his past, okay? So we're doing a cross if you haven't noticed. So here we go. So what lies beneath him? The Emperor. Okay. The Emperor would be the powers that be. This is I would literally say that when you're looking what lies beneath him, for Trump, he thinks he's the emperor, right? The emperor has no clothes. He thinks he's the emperor and he can do things, right? But when you look at the energy of the United States with the power, with the branches, right? The three branches of government, you're also looking at that the powers that be is finally starting to kick in, right? And starting to protect, because the emperor is the father of the deck. It is the protector. And this person right here would also be the protector of, the United States. So that's probably the laws and stuff are starting to kick in to protect the United States, starting to. But it also is Trump looking at himself. He is the emperor. That's what lies beneath him. He believes that he has the control. He has absolute authority. So you're looking at those two different ways of looking at that, right? You're looking at the two different ways. You're looking at Trump thinking that he is in control. He has absolute authority, but yet he keeps running into our system, our law system, and the law system keeps telling him like no, and that is trying to hold its ground, and it's not actually trying to hold its ground. I can actually kind of maybe see that it is finally kicking in, and it's finally coming into play, and it's coming into the protective nature in order to protect the United States of America. So that's where we are. In the future, Tower. So I think that these revelations for Trump, the energy that surrounds him is the Tower moment. So he is experiencing it right now. Okay. So if you're looking at a karmic situation, he is experiencing the Tower moment right now. And it is going to be coming up, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Kind of like, some things you see it start as a trickle and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes along. This is where that sits. He is going to experience it. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And there is not a way for him to stop it. Okay. So they're asking for temperance, but since he's not being very tempered, we have the Tower heading for him, right? All right. So there we are. Now let's see what sits above him. Now we're talking about the energies that are surrounding Trump, because if I am looking directly at Trump, then things could be different, right? But the Tower is happening. It's going to come in. It's coming because this is like the near future. This is coming up for him, okay? So sits above him the Wheel of Fortune. This is fated. This is karmic. The wheels have turned against him, okay? Remember when I said earlier, not too long ago, Trump has lost the message. He no longer is in control of that message. And the more he screams and fights, the less people are going to hear him. It's kind of like, the boy who cried wolf. He cried wolf so many times that people just stopped listening and no longer believed him. So when there truly was a crisis, nobody listened. And we're kind of sitting in that situation right now, except but the only difference is that we've known we've been in crisis, but Trump was in control of the message. The wheels have turned. Karma has turned. The wheel has turned. Karmic energies are now coming into play for him, and he is no longer in control of it. He is going to experience something huge. Now, have you noticed something that I have noticed? There is only one minor card so far in this reading, okay? There's the Seven of Wands. He's got the World, he's got Temperance, he's got the Emperor, he's got the Tower, and he's got the Wheel. These are karmic situations. He is now in karmic situations. The karma is coming in. It is starting to roll in, and he's going to have to deal with it, right? So he's not in any position. So he's not in control of these energies right now. Everything that is happening to him, he is not in control of, and it's probably going to keep him up at night. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So how is the situation being viewed? The Ten of Swords, the end. Okay, so how is the energies moving around Trump? We have the Ten of Swords. Oh boy, so we are at an end. We've got a Tower, we have a Ten of Swords. Okay, I really feel like when we're sitting here, the current situation, the situation views itself, we are finally at an end. I got two completion cards here, right? We've got the World here, we have a 10 here, okay, because this is the 10. That means it's the end of this cycle, and it's going to kick around and start again at the Ace. So we're sitting here at this situation, two end situations. So whatever was for Trump is now at an end, okay, and it's going to start something new. All right, so what is the environment? The Hanged Man. All right, so here we are. So looks like the environment is that everybody is in suspense. Everybody's in suspense. I'm going to tell you from right now, from what I see, the Michael Cohen testimony, the failure in Vietnam, really is a big karmic situation. Trump has lost control of the message. He no longer is. But people are now in suspense. People are now watching those who are desperately trying to protect Trump flailing about. They've lost their message. Trump has lost their message. Will they be able to gain their message? I don't know. But this is also seeing things from a different perspective, right? So for a long, long time, we've had, for a long time, since when Trump was in control of the message, he just has to do something, and the media would just completely, respond. But the media was kind of feeding into that machine, was feeding into it, but they're trying to evolve and change with the times as well. So now people are seeing things from a new perspective. Now they heard from one of Trump's closest confidants for 10 years, and then that person has grown a conscience and is doing their best to right the wrongs. And they know that there are going to be people who don't believe him. But he still made the testimony, and he came with backup, and people believe his message. Most people, not all. Okay, the base is not going to change. The base is going to remain faithful and loyal to him. There's no question about that. Okay, so people are now seeing things in a new perspective. So the country's in suspense, and they're seeing things from new perspectives. They are asking for things to happen, right? They're asking for something to happen. So what's the hope and fears? The Queen of Swords. Okay, this is the Queen of Swords. This is also the hopes is the justice will come in. Okay, she speaks her word, she speaks her truth. Okay, so there is a justice element to this card. Okay, she is also it's that the witnesses, because usually when I see this, I see these as the witnesses. They're hoping that all these people that are being called into Congress, and they're hoping for the Mueller report or the Southern District of New York. I mean, they're hoping that all of these things with all the witnesses, all the investigations, this is part of the investigations, will all come together, and they will show and they will bring justice where justice is needed, because right now there's a lot of feelings of justice isn't being served. There's justice being served on certain people, but the person that needs the justice the most is not receiving it. They seem to keep getting away. They seem to keep getting away with all the things that they're doing, okay? So this is the Queen of Swords. So that's the hope. The hope is to finally get things moving, finally get justice to going. She is the one that's going to bring it, speak the truth. The truth is coming forward, okay? When I see the King of Swords, obviously I bring that into the Mueller investigation, and that would also, for the special counsels. But I see her right now in this, is that all of these legal investigations, Congress, and this could also be Congress too, right? Because Congress has a lot of females right now in it, because they were just elected in. And these guys are going to come forward. They were looking for these guys to bring the truth in, right? The fear is obviously the exact opposite of this. The fear is that this will not happen, okay? But the way I'm looking at it, with all these monster cards, right? We are looking at a very big karmic situation. We're looking at a turn. We have turned the corner. The old is now done. It's completed. We are now heading into something new. All right. Moving forward, the Sun. Wow. You guys did see me shuffle, right? How many large cards are here? So we have the Sun. The Sun is revelations. Things are being revealed. Like I said, Trump is he's lost control of the message. It's done. All right. He has moved on. The message is done. He's lost control of the message. The things are being revealed. There will be some happiness because the tower is beginning to fall. All right. This is a big deal. When I said this is the energy that is surrounding Trump, okay? This is a tough thing. He's going to go through some really rough times. I mean, I can probably see him sitting there with anxiety, extreme anxiety, right? And his heart rate is up, his blood pressure is high. So if he's got diabetes, this is not good for him, right? All right, let's move on. And then we have a difficult journey with the Six of Swords. So now the revelations for Trump's energy, the things that are surrounding him and that is going to happen to him, he's now going to be on a tough journey. So his tower is falling. He is being revealed, and it's going to send him on a difficult journey. Okay, so there it is, the difficult journey. So how will it be for him? Arguing. All right. So this is the argument card, the Five of Wands. Don't you love that? Oh my God, isn't that an amazing picture? It really depicts the arguing. So what's going to happen is that those who still defend Trump is going to argue it. They're going to argue, and it's going to be argumentative. There's going to be some fighting. So the revelations is like, you're seeing trickles of it now, but it's going to get louder. Okay. So he is all of this stuff. So this is also a leaving card. So there is some energy. So I don't know if he's mentally leaving because this is a swords card. It's just, kind of the checking out thing, or if he's actually leaving the presidency. I don't fully see the leaving of the presidency unless he's forced out. Okay. But there's going to be a lot of arguments. He's going to argue. He's going to lash out. All right. He's going to say, I am in power. I am in power. I'm the president. I am the person. I am the emperor. I have control. I have the power. But he's going to be checked and balanced, right? He's going to be balanced. But the power, but the power also exists that the emperor is our government itself finally kicking in and beginning to work. Okay, the two other branches are starting to work. They're starting to work in unison in order to make things happen. But he's going to argue. He's going to lash out. He's going to fight. His supporters are going to argue. They're going to lash out. They're going to fight. It's going to be a battle. All right. Okay, shall we do a tally here? How many majors are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's 7 majors, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minors. This is a huge deal. This is not, we've turned a corner. Trump has lost control of the message. He no longer is in control of the message. He's now just going to have to defend himself. He's just going to have to continue to stand his ground. Now, he can do the right thing, but I don't expect him to do the right thing, right? So it's going to be a battle to get him out. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get him out because there's just so much that's going on, okay? One thing that I notice is, like, if you've watched since the very beginning with Comey, with McCabe, with now when you're sitting here watching Cohen, they all are saying, it's like, in reality, if the law worked, Trump would not be in office, right? He would have been impeached and he would have been removed, but we don't have that. He has Republicans completely protecting him, and they are now still trying to protect him. That hasn't changed, okay? And I don't really think it will change because there's some complicity in there. They're being complicit. And I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. Now, I'm not saying all Republicans. I'm just saying, your most ardent supporters, and you're seeing them. Most of the other Republicans that do not support him are very quiet right now. They're going to have to start stepping up. This has changed. The energy has changed. We have turned the corner. They're going to have to start stepping up. Those who do not want to protect Trump because they are about the rule of law. They're about the country. They're about the oath they took to protect the Constitution. They will have to start speaking up. Okay, the Democrats are definitely going to go on, but they need to not run. Do not need to jump the gun. Have a little temperance. Balance yourself out. Okay. These are the things that are going to happen. Now, will Trump be removed? I'm not entirely sure. Comey said, and McCabe both said, they said, really, in all honesty, they go, Trump should be voted out of office, because that pretty much tells me that's almost a karmic situation. Not only is it karmic because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, not only is it karmic for our government and their branches just come back to the rule of law, come back to the Constitution, and push it forward and doing what they're elected to do. You're also dealing with the public, okay? The public needs to, not only when it comes around to time for elections, they need to remain engaged into their politics, because we are the people we elect our representatives in. And we have to hold them accountable. So if they go in, we can't just elect these people and then turn a blind eye, because they can make backdoor deals, which we've been seeing. And if they make these backdoor deals, you need to vote them out and bring somebody new in until they get the message that you don't go in and make backdoor deals, right? That go against what you have promised the people that you are going to do. These are the things. So it becomes karmic on the voters too. So the thing is to remain engaged, stay involved. Now, can I say that Trump is going to make it to 2020? I do not know this answer, because 2020 is a long ways away. A lot can happen in between now and then. Okay. If we have Congress suddenly going, yeah, I can't support Trump anymore, and the rule of law starts kicking in and we start dealing with it, then we'll probably see him removed. But if we don't, it's going to be upon the people to pay attention to their system and elect a person that will remain to the rule of law. Okay, we have tower cards, we have big energies happening here. Things are happening, things are moving forward. It's going to be a rough ride for Trump. It really is, because this is the energy that surrounds him. I didn't ask how he's feeling, because that would have given me something. It's always given me that he's feeling fine, but I don't think he's feeling fine. I think he's feeling, I'm telling you, he's probably storming. He's probably throwing things. I could see him angry. The energy for him is just not really good. He is not happy with the fact that a lot of his personal stuff was made public and used as displays in testimony, and now that leads into other things. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.